Well, as you complain, fuel prices are rising, the prices of commodities are rising, and taxation is being increased. Have you asked yourself how the economy is doing? Have you asked yourself who is in charge of the monetary policies of the country? Well, welcome. I'm your host, Irene. I'm taking you through this because you need it. If you haven't subscribed, do it right now, because at this point, information is important. So let's dive in. Okay, you all know we lost a very important person in the country. Now, that is related to the economy. If you're Ugandan, you should pay attention, because anything that affects our economy affects all citizens. Now, Uganda has been running without a governor since January. So that's about 11 months or 10 months ago. We are running without a governor, which leaves the question is, who has been running Bank of Uganda? That is what we are discussing today. Who is fit to be the next governor of Bank of Uganda? Do remember, this position is actually not voted for by ordinary Ugandans, but it is I think, on appointment by the President of the Republic of Uganda. He is permitted by the articles and constitution of Uganda to appoint a governor that heads Bank of Uganda and the board of chairman that runs Bank of Uganda. So how did we get into not having a governor for 10 months? We saw in January, the country woke up to the sad passing on of Professor Emmanuel Tumusiime Mutebile, who died in January in Nairobi hospital. And most of you know the cause of his death. Mutebile is a celebrated economist. He has won so many awards in Africa, outside Africa, because of what he has done for Uganda. It's such an incredible, I can't give it. I will give him credit. I will give the late Mutebile credit because he deserves it. Like, he has been the governor for Uganda, I think, for like 2-3 terms, and a term is, I think, 5 years. And to a greater extent, he has served his purpose as the governor of Bank of Uganda. There was a certain time where Uganda had interest rates that skyrocketing, way too high beyond what could run any good economy. And he managed to stabilize the economy and brought back inflation rate, which actually gave him another term, that term of 5 years. Around that time, many politicians and economists were hoping that President Museveni, I beg your pardon, would retire the late Professor Mutebile, but it did not happen. Instead, he was reappointed for another 5 years. And I know that actually disappointed the likes of Case and Professor Waswa Balunywa, who most people rumored that they were racing to replace Mutebile. Now, that's the interesting factor here. Now that he is gone, we need a governor in this point in time before the year closes. Maybe we need a governor. Who do you think is capable to replace the late Mutebile on the great works he has done? We need someone right now, as an economist, as somebody who pays attention to what happens in the economic situation of the country and even in the region. right now we need someone who is going to help us make monetary policies that is going to get us out of what the pandemic has brought in the country, what the war in Russia and Ukraine has brought concerning the fuel prices. Now we need someone in that position, a governor that is going to make policies that are citizen favorable, not what the MPs have been doing, and not thinking about what an ordinary citizen would go through. At the same time, the fiscal policies of a country has to be, when they are making the fiscal policies, it has to be in link and syncing to a certain extent to the monetary policies of the country. That's where when the parliament is making laws, they have to call the planners, the economists from the Bank of Uganda and the likes to come on board, so that you cannot put there a fiscal policy that cannot be factorized into monetary policies, because that's how the country is run. You have to think about what is going out and what is coming in, the expenditures. Now, all that is done at Bank of Uganda. All that is done at the Ministry of Finance. Now, that is the key area that Parliament needs right now to sit down and look in depth analysis, because much as the president is in charge of appointing the governor of Bank of Uganda, he is advised by the cabinet, his cabinet. Those are like the ministers, the MPs, the key stakeholders that know. They vet who is, they can forward some names, who is professionally qualified for that field. I do remind you, by the way, that this position of Bank of the CEO or governor of Bank of Uganda, you must be an economist. You must be a financial analyst. You must have several years of experience. The late Mutebile had probably 30 years of experience in finance, in economics, in all that. So whoever is replacing him must have certain levels of qualifications, at the same time expertise and experience in the field of monetary economics, what we call macroeconomics. That's what we shall be digging into details. Now, I give you names. I will not go into details of each person that has been vetted, but rumor has it that a list of 10 people, 10 professionals have been forwarded to the president for appointment. And on that list, I'm going to just give you the first three economists that any person, we should not be surprised anyway, because from their profile, they do qualify, because they have been prominent leaders in the countries and organization in the monetary organization in the country, like the banking sector. So now, there's among the list of 10 qualified professionals running for the Bank of Uganda governor race, which is already on the high gear. I'm going to give you just 3 names. Maybe you will judge by yourself if you think they are worth running the economy of your country, because this does affect you. It is important. So on the first list, I have Professor Waswa Balunywa. We all know him, the guy that spearheaded the creation of Makerere Business School. And right now he's like the principal of Makerere Business School, but also he's an economist, he's a financial analyst. So he's part of the list. Don't get shocked when you see him signing your money. Another one is another professor, That is Ezra Suruma. Most of you know him as the Chancellor of Makerere University. If you've gone through Makerere, you must have seen the brown old man that is always there to confer your degrees and PhDs and all that. He's also an economist, and his name has been forwarded. Rumor has it, it is not yet something that it is confirmed, but it is rumored, because now those are the key economists in the country with very many years of experience. So we are not shocked that their names are actually forwarded. Then another person is Dr. Louis. Dr. Louis. Now, Dr. Louis Kasekende is the former deputy governor of Bank of Uganda. He's also an economist. He has done so well in his term around there. He did so well, but you never know. We don't know why he was wiped out, but his successor right now is what I'm going to give you more details on. Now, Dr. Louis was succeeded by Dr. Michael Itingi Ego. Yeah, the name sounds strange, but as you know, professors and those people who claim to have studied so much, they have strange names anyway. So Ugandans have been wondering that we don't have a governor. No, you do have what we call a shadow governor. Well, from January up to right now, the country has been run by a shadow governor and a deputy governor. That is Dr. Michael Etingi. And in most cases, when they are appointing governors, I must be loud and clear. Don't get surprised if the deputy governor is your governor, because right now, I think he's the most qualified among all the names I've mentioned, because he has the experience of a deputy governor. He has the experience of a shadow governor. If he has managed to run the economy for 10 months, I think if he's given 5 years, it is not a bad thing. It's not about a bad idea. He has done it. Probably if given more chance, he can do it better. The pandemic came. He has managed to contain the situation. The fuel prices and the hiked prices of the commodities are still ongoing, but our shadow governor, that is Dr. Michael Etingi, has managed to keep us going. I'm not saying we are happy, we are not. But we do believe whoever is coming on board must address what Uganda is facing. We need monetary policies that are going to make inflation rate go down. We need monetary policies that are going to make interest rates on loans in the banks go down. That's where we need the governor of Bank of Uganda to be reappointed as soon as possible, so that we have who to blame and who to praise. At this point, you cannot blame and praise someone who has not taken office officially. So that's all for now. I remain your host, Irene. If you have understood or gained anything from this update, you do know you deserve this information and you deserve to be part of this great information and platform. Just subscribe, like, and comment. I sign out all the time. Please stay in touch with us. As always, bye.